So, good day, ladies and gents. I'm Emilio A. Colon, and joining us today on the EAC Show, we got my brother from another mother, Levon Harvey. Appreciate you coming on to the show, Levon, like always. And UCF activist, overall sports enthusiast, the big one, Cameron Dinner. Cameron, appreciate you coming on to the show as well, my friend.
Of course, man. Of course. Great to be back. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Week 5 slate. We're going to discuss that. We're going to discuss a little bit of Tyson Fury versus, Deontay Wilder, part 3. Talk about the big game between Oklahoma and Texas. And we'll probably talk about the Washington football team and how they're just a fucked up organization. We'll discuss some of those stuff. So let's get into the slate right now going on. And I got to be honest with you. I'm in love with sports right now. I got fucking football here. I got the fucking Rays versus Red Sox over there. I got to watch a little bit of college soccer at 9 o'clock. Fucking men's national team playing Brazil versus this. I don't have enough TVs for the amount of sports that's on.
It's in full swing, man. Full swing. We're knee deep in it. And we have that London game this Sunday. So we're going to get football at like 7:30 a.m. I mean, we're just juiced up the whole week.
We're going to have fucking tea and biscuits and shit. Fish and chips, the way they do it over there.
Yeah, crumpets.
Levon, we're gonna do aki and sawfish, and we're gonna have some fucking football, right?
And what a bad mix. Aki and sawfish and football. That's the worst combination, but
that's
the
what
best.
London does.
That's what London brings out the best in us, right? So this game right here is currently in progress. It's still 0-0. So it's the Rams versus the Seahawks. The Rams are minus 2.5, correct? That was the line?
Yeah, 2.5, 3, but I mean,
right, so let's just spit this one out and let's just get to the other week 5 slates. I say Seattle plus 2.5.
No, I'm definitely going Rams minus 2.5, easy.
Yeah, I'm going Rams as well. We've got to see the first couple of drives here. I was on the Rams. They're both kind of trying to move here. Got a couple of first downs each. We have a punt off right now, so the under looks good. But I'll take the Rams.
McAfee's loving this punts. He loves punts. So we got 9:30 a.m. Sunday morning. The Jets versus the Atlanta Falcons. Levon, I know you're gonna give me shit because I always go with the Jets, and I chose the fucking Titans last week, and the fucking Jets went outright. So shout out to them. So obviously this week, I'm going with the man. I'm going with Zach Wilson, Robert Saleh, and the boys. I'll take the Jets in fucking London, do it the right way.
And not that the Falcons are having Ridley's having a great season anyways, because Ridley's, look, I mean, talent-wise, he's top 5, talent-wise. But he's been struggling, but guess what? He's not going to be there. So now it's like, are we really going to use Cordell Patterson? Is he really the answer, or is it a hot start? Not happening. I'm going with the Jets as well. What's the spread?
2.5.
2.5? I'm assuming Jets plus 2.5, so I'll take it.
On the contrary, man, I mean, I think Cordell Patterson finally found a home. I think he's put all the pieces together. I think he's been in the league long enough. He's been on enough teams to where he's very football smart. I think he continues. I think there's obviously going to be a lot more eyes on him this week because Calvin Ridley's out, because Gage is out, and because he had 3 touchdowns last week. But I think he's going to be around to stay the entire season. I don't know what's going to happen this week. I mean, we saw what Wilson, quarterback for the Jets, did last week, Zach Wilson, now that he had his 2 wide receivers come back in Jamison Crowder and
Davis?
Well, Davis has been there.
Corey Davis was there. It was Jamison. What were you saying, Levon?
Yeah, Davis has been there, but Crowder's finally off the injury list. So that's a big piece right there.
And he's huge in the slot. And apparently that's where Zach Wilson likes to go. And he had like at least 10 targets, Jamison Crowder did. So I think they have something working here. I think the defense plays very hard. I think it's going to be kind of a slop fest, the game. But I guess I'll take the Jets. I mean, when can you ever take the Jets, right? When can you ever? Jets. Right. What were you going to do? Take the Titans last week? You had no choice.
I did take the Titans last week. I'm a fucking idiot.
No, excuse me. What were you going to do? Take the Jets over the Titans? That's what I meant. I mean, you don't really have a choice there.
I always do. We got Tampa Bay Buccaneers minus 10. They're at the crib. They're playing the Miami Dolphins. Honestly, not for nothing, I think this fucking game should happen every year. I think the Jets should play the Giants. I think the fucking the Cowboys should play the Texans. I think the Tampa Bay Bucks should play the Dolphins. When you have teams that are in like kind of like rivalry, they should play every year.
Yeah, it should be that way in college football because these kids grew up together. In the NFL, it's kind of different because you get drafted from different places. But I see your point. It's a kind of a fun thing for the fans. It's an easy drive up to go to the game. Yeah.
I'm going to take the Dolphins plus the points. I think Brady and the boys win, but I'm going to take the 10 points. I think 10 points, giving the Dolphins 10 points is too much.
Cam, I'm going to go and jump in right now and say this. You and I both went to games last week. You went to college, I went to pro, and they were both painful for different reasons. Miami, like Virginia, they're not a bad team, but still, man, the field goal, missing the field goal. And I sat in some hot sun last Sunday. Loved the experience, tailgated. Enjoyed myself with my bro. We had some lower level seats. I mean, it was great. I was
say that it's going to be too hot down here for Brady and the boys.
No, here's my thing. I saw the Dolphins play with my eyes. I didn't like it. I saw it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And all over the place. It was bad. So the number 10 is a big number. And Brady, I think Brady bounces back. High scoring game. I'm gonna go Tampa minus 10. I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah, I got to take the ugly number also. I think Brady isn't happy with the way they won last week, and I think he's got something to do about it. I got to take Brady with the points. That's easy for me. Could be wrong.
Carolina Panthers and Sam Darnold, the leading rusher in the NFL in touchdowns, -3 against the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going to take Sam Darnold and the boys -3. McCaffrey's still up in the air whether or not he's going to play or not this weekend. They just signed a baller, a straight baller, in Stephon Gilmore. I know he's not going to be ready to play yet, but let's just face facts. He's one of the best corners in the league. So I'm going to go with the Carolina Panthers -3 at the crib.
I'm going to do the same thing. -3 Carolina over the Eagles. I like the Eagles, but I'm going to just take – that was a great game last week against Dallas. That was a very exciting game. But I'm going with Carolina -3. Bounce back.
I haven't looked too much into this game, but just simply the fact that you guys both took Carolina – I'll be the fade man. I'll go with the Eagles, try to get a point off you all.
The wrong man.
Hey, listen. I'm trying to get hot on this show, okay? It's been too inconsistent between me and LeVon lately. I'm trying to get really hot. So if we're on the same page and we're on the same shit, make sure we get it right, okay? Don't be like, I just want to fade because you guys, if we're on the same shit, most likely it's going to happen.
Yeah, sometimes you got to be a heel, though. I mean, like I said, I didn't look too much into the game. Maybe you're right. Maybe the book says Carolina, but that's what risk's all about, man.
So we got the New Orleans Saints are going to be at the Washington football team. The New Orleans Saints are -2.5 in Washington. Washington, for me, other than McLaurin, I mean, I don't know what the fuck is that. That team is too inconsistent. I'm going to go with the Saints -2.5 against Washington.
I'll make it easy. I'll take the Saints as well. Washington's defense has been the biggest letdown, I think, of the entire team. Really, obviously, they had a quarterback injured, but I got to just take the Saints in the spot.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, J.D. McKissick looks more like Alvin Kamara of last year, where he's getting these passes in the backfield, because Alvin isn't getting any of them. I think they changed it up this week, and they start to utilize. They're going to make it. They're going to make it a point to get him the ball through the air a little bit too, because last week you can't lose against the Giants, even though a lot of people saw that though, low key sharps. But I'm going to go with New Orleans -2.5 as well.
Got you. Now this game right here, we got the Tennessee Titans, who just lost to my New York Jets, playing the shitty-ass Jacksonville Jaguars. But before we get into the actual spread, I just want to teach Urban Meyer something. Okay? Urban, you got to use these two fingers. These two. This one and this one, okay? Like this.
Right.
Like this, okay, Urban? So we got Tennessee Titans -4.5 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'll take the Tennessee Titans -4.5 to beat up on Trevor Lawrence and them guys.
Bro, I think I got to take the Jags. Simply because it's like this is all we're all we got kind of mentality, you know what I mean? I think everyone's kind of laughing at their organization and their head coach, and we got reports coming out of Urban apologizing to the position groups only, so he didn't want to address the full team, and reports of them laughing at him when he walks out of the room, and you got videos of them breaking down the huddle, grind on 3, 1, 2, 3, grind. Like just fucking trolling him. So I weirdly enough, I have to go with the Jags. I think this helps them.
I didn't know any of that stuff. Urban needs this. Urban needs to win this game. And also, I see it as Trevor Lawrence winning his first. I think the rookies, this is the team to beat up on, guys. Right? So Zach Wilson got his nut last week. Trevor, it's your turn to have a big game, 4 touchdowns. Get yours against the same exact team. So I'm going to go with the Jags to win this game outright.
They have weapons.
They do. Yeah, they do.
You just got to settle in and,
Yeah, they got to put it together. We got this game right here. This game is crazy because this team deserves so much better than what they're going through right now. The Detroit Lions are on the road to the Minnesota Vikings, and the Detroit Lions can easily be, a 2-2 team.
2-2, right.
Yeah, it could be something, but like 0-4. 0-4 doesn't mark how they've been playing other than, getting spanked by Chicago last week. So they're plus 10 to the Minnesota Vikings. Damn, that's a lot of points. I don't see them playing like shit 2 weeks in a row, so I'll take the plus 10 on Detroit.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've covered besides the Packers game. I think they're 3-1 against the spread. I mean, they play hard. They win 2-2, whatever.
Yeah,
it is.
Warren picked the Lions. I'm like, this is supposed to be the bounce back game, but I knew the Lions were going to spank.
Yeah, so it's just the number. It's just the number I don't like. 10 points.
Correct.
They play hard. They win a half of football every single week. They just get blown out in the other half that they don't win and they lose with the points. So I got to take the number here with 10.
MCDC deserves better. That coach, Dan Campbell, deserves better. Real talk.
They play for him. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. This is a big number. Even the thing about Minnesota, they just got so many weapons. They're so good at receiver, and they have top 3 back in the league back there. And if Dalvin's healthy, this team could not stop the run. That's what scares me. The run. They cannot stop the run. But that's a big number. So I'm going to go plus 10. I'm going to agree with you guys. Plus 10 Lions.
Oh, Detroit. That's something.
We got the Denver Broncos going to the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is a must-win game for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has to win this game. Otherwise, the whole damn town of Pittsburgh is going to literally go to Ben Roethlisberger's house and start knocking on his door and just literally break down his door and just kidnap him or something.
They're going to start winking at Green Bay, wink, Tomlin, wink, the winks.
Hey, listen, the way Aaron Rodgers plays ball, I'll fucking wink at fucking Aaron Rodgers. I'll do whatever he wants. I'll pick up his dry cleaning. I'll Uber Eats him food.
Urban Meyer him.
There's all these rumors. There are always rumors floating around, man. Too early to tell, but it's a possibility. It's a possible landing spot. Who's playing Pittsburgh?
Denver. I got the Pittsburgh Steelers at home.
Yeah, I think Denver continues to be kind of fraudulent. They went 3-0 against combined 0-9 teams. They got the loss last week. Maybe they'll play tough, but it's a lot of travel they have to take going to Pittsburgh. And I think, Ben, how can you fuck this game up? I think he's going to do everything humanly possible in his power to kind of, wake the naysayers and, get right with this team.
Yeah, I fell for the trap last week because I was on Broncos beating Lamar Jackson and them boys. I thought the elevation, the good defense, and the ball.
Teddy Two Gloves did end up getting a concussion.
Correct. Well, this is why I'm picking the Steelers because Drew Lock. I like Drew Lock for fantasy, but when it comes to just dialing in, head on your shoulder type guy, I'm not. No, he needed a few games to lock in. So I'm not trusting Drew Lock on his first full game of the season. Hard no. Good defense to Steelers, whatever the points are, run it.
We got the Green Bay Packers. We got Cam's Green Bay Packers, AR12, DA17. We got them boys -3 against the Cincinnati Bengals. You know what? I'm not even going to be disrespectful. Shout out to the signature that Cameron's showing right now on the screen. I'm not even going to be disrespectful to the Bengals. I'm not going to call them the Bengals. They're the Bengals right now. They're a really good football team.
They're the Bengals. They're the 3-1 Bengals with respect on their name.
Yeah, I put some respect on Joe Burrow's name and them boys out there. They're doing their thing. So, but you're facing a bad man. You're facing the league's MVP. You're facing a man that has a book club every Tuesday on YouTube. Mind you, I didn't read none of those fucking books yet, but still, I'm going to try. -3 Green Bay.
Go ahead, Levon.
I'm going to 100% agree, especially since, Joe Mixon might not play either. He's kind of limping. It's going to force these guys to throw a lot more. And again, like you said, it's all about Aaron Rodgers. Devontae had a lackluster game last week. I think he has a huge game this week. And I think Packers win by double digits. So I'm going with Green Bay.
You mentioned Joe Mixon. Yeah, he's a little dinged up. They weren't going to beat the Packers with Joe Mixon.
Correct. I agree.
You're able to throw on this team And that's what teams have done. That's what teams will continue to do. Having said that, I've only done this one time, Emilio, in the show's history. I've only gone against the Packers one time, and it didn't work out for me. I went 0-1. I got to do it this week solely for the reason of Jair Alexander being out this week and him being our only DB possible. I think it's going to be a shootout, and I wish I could take a half a point and make it plus 3.5 because I would do it in a heartbeat, but I got to take the Bengals plus 3. I'm going man in the suit, as Dave Portnoy likes to say. Man in the suit. I'm being sharp. I'm going with the Bengals. 3-1 Bengals.
You're out of your fucking mind. The way AR-12 is playing right now, there's no way I'm going against that, man. We got the New England Patriots going to the Houston Texans. The Patriots are -9. Now, I'm the first to admit that I was really, really impressed with how Mac Jones played against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Mind you, there were some times he looked like a scary high school quarterback, but all he did was make the necessary check down and kept it moving. So I'm going to take the New England Patriots -9 because I don't think the Houston Texans could do dick shit.
Yeah, I think this defense, I mean, the final score could be 10-0. I mean, honestly. So I'm taking the -9 points. I'm not trusting in Dave Neck Mills, whatever his name is. He's got a really strong neck. If you look at his picture. But it's not good enough. They score at most 7 points, 3 or 7 points against his defense. And again, I think Mac manages the game. So 13-3, 10-zip, whatever it is. Give me the point.
LeVon's taking the under is what he's in that game. So I'll put up on it with LeVon.
It's 39. It's 39.5, by the way.
Okay, that's the lowest. That's got to be the lowest over under of the week. 100% on the board. Anyway, what I think is that the Patriots are in the same situation. They're only, what are they, 1-3? Did they win their first? All right, so they're 1-3. I think this is a game that they need desperately. I don't think they're going to play around. I think they're going to keep their foot on the gas pedal the whole way. We know what Bill Belichick does against rookie quarterbacks. This is a rookie quarterback that is actually genuinely struggling. So what is he supposed to do against a Bill Belichick defense? I have the Patriots covering.
Are there negative points in the game? Because
Sure, we could.
Final score 7-6. Back to you, Craig.
We got the Chicago Bears looking really, really good, by the way. Last week, obviously, they played the Detroit Lions, but Justin Fields looked good. Against the Las Vegas Raiders, the Raiders looked like shit for one half and then woke up in the next half.
That's what they do.
The game is -5.5 in that big-ass fucking spaceship that looks like Star Wars and shit over in Las Vegas.
It looks like a Roomba.
It does. It looks like the vacuum. You're right. Yeah, you're 100% right. I'm going to go with the Las Vegas Raiders. I think they bounced back. They played a really good team in the Chargers last week. And that was just a one-possession game majority of the game. So I'm going to go with the Raiders -5.5.
Raiders -5.5, and they're playing, you said?
The Bears.
The Bears? I got to go with the Raiders also. Simply because of the fact where they don't throw the ball to Allen Robinson. They just don't do it. I don't. It could be Andy Dalton. It could be Allen Robinson. They don't have.
Fields is the starter. Fields is the starter.
Right. Okay. Fields is starting, but they don't have an identity. And David Montgomery is out. He's injured this week. They're going to rely on Damian Williams, which, you know, he's not a bad backup running back. Saw what he did with the Chiefs, but they simply don't have an offensive identity. They haven't built one yet. So for that reason, I got to take the Raiders.
I 100% agree. So we're all in agreement here. I think Vegas. I like Derek Carr. You know, and plain and simple. I think him and Ruggs connect. Him and Waller connect. Renfro's fun to watch, man. So fun to watch. So, I'm going to go -5.5. We're all in agreement here. What do you just see, Cam?
I got Darrell Henderson, and. And they should have thrown him the fucking ball on the goal line there, or at least run it on 1st and goal. But don't worry about me.
This is the problem when you do a show. When you do a show on a fucking Thursday night when all the games is on. This is what happens.
Show.
Jesus, we got the Los Angeles Chargers who are at the crib. They're playing the Cleveland Browns. I don't know if you guys saw it. Baker Mayfield came out today a little bit defending himself because there was some news that he's playing injured, this, that, and the third, blah, 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 blah. Like, listen, let's just be honest. The Browns, if they can't run the ball, they're not that good. They really aren't. OBJ is not doing his OBJ stuff when he was in New York. Jarvis is out. Hooper's not really extraordinary as they think. Baker's just regular if they're not running the ball. I'm going to take that boy Justin Herbert, who is a beast, a baller, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Bosa and them boys. I'm going to take the Chargers -2.
2? I didn't know the spread. I'm like, anything over 3, I'm taking the Browns. But if it's -2, I got to take the healthier team here in the Chargers. Like I said, Herbert's looking great. The Dolphins picked Tua over Herbert, but whatever. I'm not gonna. Don't worry about me. Like Cam said.
I'm a little surprised here as well. The game's in LA, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They usually give 3 points to the home team for being.
So what the thing is,
you know what I'm saying? So that means if in a neutral site, what they're saying is that the Browns would be -1.
correct. I don't get that either.
And that doesn't seem right to me. But the Browns try to just run teams to death. They try to just wear teams down, and then things start to open up for Baker. It all comes from the run. So I without looking, I haven't seen, what the Chargers defense is against the run. I don't know where they rank at, but I have to go with the Chargers just off of my gut instinct. But this is going to be one of those games that ends up surprising all of us. Something tells me.
Yeah, maybe it's because they played on Monday. Short. Maybe. But I'm not going to fall for that. I'm just going to. Baker didn't make a few throws last week either. Odell had a few wide open touchdowns, I believe. So he needs to get it together. I don't know if it's really hurt or not, but I'm going with Justin Herbert.
The New York Football Giants, Joe Judge and his jury members. That team right there. We got them. They're +7 at Jerry's crib. They're facing Dak and them boys. Dak and them boys are -7. I'm going to take the points in the Giants. I'm going to take the +7. I think they're playing well. Saquon's finally get going. Danny Dimes hasn't committed too many turnovers. Hopefully all this talk doesn't bite me in the ass. Do I think they win the game? No, but I think the Giants cover the spread.
Would love if I can make this as -6.5. More. Pick Rams. Pick. We got a shit show on this game. Sorry to get distracted. I got to go with the Cowboys. I bet them last week against the Panthers. I think they got a secret recipe going right now. I think they finally have what they've been building towards, which seems like for the last decade. I think all the pieces are kind of moving in the right spots finally. So I got to take them boys.
Yeah, I agree with you, Cam. I'm taking them boys. I like the Giants last week for good reason, but the Giants are running into a team right now where they're just full steam ahead. You don't want to get in the way of this team. So the thing is, Cowboys are going to score, and Dimes has been playing pretty good ball. He hasn't really been forced to shootout type games, but he's going to have to throw the ball. He's going to have to throw the ball a lot in Jerry's world. So this may force him to, his problems fumbling the ball. They're going to expect to pass more. So I'm definitely taking the Cowboys with an improved defense, by the way. So Cowboys for sure, -7.
Yeah, shout out to Diggs. Diggs is fucking picking off everything.
Yep.
Jesus Christ, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
San Francisco 49ers, with their quarterback most likely being, what's his name, Lance? Trey Lance, because the Garoppolo might be hurt. They're +5 going to Arizona to play Cliff Kingsbury, DeAndre Hopkins, Kyler Murray, and all them boys. Shout out to AJ Green, who finally decides to show up. I've drafted him every year in fucking fantasy, and the one year I don't draft him, he's balling. So shout out to them boys. They're the only undefeated team in the league, and they're going to stay that way because I'm going to take the Arizona Cardinals -5.
Yes, I agree with you. It does stay that way. But do I agree with you on the points? Hard no. I'm going to take San Francisco and Trey Lance +5.5. I think it's a tight game. I did not expect them to beat the Rams last week in LA. Didn't expect it. So this is a week where
convinced me to go the other way. We did the show. I had the right one. Redid the show because I didn't record it. Got the wrong one, and then
This game's in Arizona.
Uh-huh.
For that fact alone, I got to take Arizona. They've been so good this year. They're lighting up the scoreboard, and San Francisco's defense just hasn't been there like they usually are to bail out the team. So I'll take Arizona.
Did you make your pick, LeVar?
Yeah, +5.5, sir.
Game of the week. The Sunday night game is the game of the week.
Yep.
Josh Allen, Diggs, and the Buffalo fucking Bills and Bills Mafia go to Arrowhead Stadium to face Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, and the Kansas City Chiefs. And the game is a -3. A -3 game. Kansas City is -3. I'm going to take. Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills, so give me the Bills +3.
Rough buff. Shout out to Marcus Mack.
Shout out to Marcus Mack. Rough buff.
Oh man, I was hoping I could be the first one to take the Bills, but something tells me we'll all be on this. I mean, like I said earlier, with 3 points being given to the home team, same kind of thing here. It's -3, so Vegas doesn't really know what to do with this. They're saying the teams are evenly matched.
It makes sense though. It's a lot the other game.
I hate doing this because I think this is a must-win game for the Chiefs. They see how good the teams in their division are, and they already have 2 L's in their loss column. I think I got to go with the Bills, but you're going to see a lot of fire from the Chiefs. I just hope it's a great fucking game. I just hope both teams have fun, you know?
Yeah, man, I agree. You're right. I'm gonna go with the Buffalo Bills -3. What makes me take the -3 is I believe, let's just give Mahomes the edge. But these are 2 top-tier quarterbacks. The fun part about this team, the Chiefs pieces are sexier, but the Bills spread the ball around. Allen spreads the ball around the same exact way that Mahomes does. Beasley, Diggs, Knox is getting the ball a lot. You got Sanders coming out of nowhere. Hand the ball off to Moss, Singletary. He utilizes every piece, right? And the edge that Buffalo has is their defense. Kansas City has shit defense.
What a fall from grace this would be if the Kansas City Chiefs lose this game. Seriously, if they lose this game, ever since the Super Bowl, everything has been downhill.
Sure, they're still gonna end up winning 13 games on the year. It's gonna happen for 12, 13 games. They'll be fine. But these are tough teams that starting off. They're playing that they've lost to. Ravens are.
I don't know, man. Their division is a lot harder. Kansas City's. The Raiders are good. Fucking the Chargers are good.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think it's a little bit harder in that division.
They'll be fine. But I am taking Buffalo -3.
Colts versus Ravens. It's in Baltimore. Listen, I'm gonna do this. I really don't want to because I'm kind of scared a little bit. But I'm gonna take Wentz and the 7 points in Indianapolis to go to Baltimore and cover.
Took my pick. I like that. I think I like that they run the ball and they commit to running the ball. I think Jonathan Taylor is an absolute bowling ball. They got a good offensive line. I think Wentz has something to prove, and he's got some decent weapons too that not a lot of people talk about. They're a boring football team. Okay, the Indianapolis Colts. They really, really are. And the Ravens are the opposite. But I don't know. I think it's going to be defense for the Colts.
Yeah, again, I watched this team last week at the game. They won the game. I'm not impressed in Wentz at all. So I'm going to go with the more athletic, the more electric, the more, tantalizing athlete, which is the Ravens quarterback, Lamar Jackson, to take this game away and cover the -7.
I'm looking up the game versus Texas and Oklahoma to find the spread. I think it was. I'm trying to find it. It's -3 Oklahoma. It's in Texas though.
The Red River rivalry.
The Red River rivalry. I'm gonna do my buddy a favor. I'm gonna do my guys who follow the show, the Barron family. I'm gonna go with them hook 'em horns, baby. I'm gonna take Texas to win this game against Oklahoma. You see it. Get used to it right here because they're going to beat Spencer Rattler and them boys. I think Steve Sarkisian gets it done. I think they got the best running back in the nation. So I think Texas Longhorn will end up beating the Oklahoma Sooners.
Man. So we knew that with you wearing that hat, who you were going to pick. I didn't think you were keeping any secrets, but man, this offense for Texas has been something serious. Maybe they haven't played too many great teams. Maybe they lost to Arkansas, who got exposed by Georgia. But I just think Texas absolutely treats this game like their Super Bowl every year. I think it means more to them, with Oklahoma going to the playoffs kind of every other year, right? So I think I got to take Texas too.
Hey,
Yep.
Yeah. Before I get into that, shout outs to Arkansas. I teased them plus 13 on top of the spread, and they still couldn't cover. Are you plus 29? What are you doing? Man, shout out to Georgia. That was serious. I can't wait for Georgia and Bama. I cannot wait. But anyway, sorry, let me not jump in. I agree with you guys. I'm going to go with Steve Sarkisian to make a statement against Rattler and them boys. Like you said, the best running back top running back in the country. And this is one of every year. This game is always close. It's high scoring and it's close every year. So I'm not going to touch the game.
Rivalry, baby.
Too many emotions when you bet this game too. It's up. It's the worst emotional game you could ever bet on. It's the worst. Up, down. It just trade leads till whoever gets the ball last. So, but I'm going to go with Texas to win this game. So go Horns.
All right. So Saturday night. I feel like, Cam, you and I have done this shit so many times already where we spoken about this fight, like seriously. Yeah. We got Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury, part 3. Deontay Wilder's plus 230 and Fury is minus 295.
Man, yeah, it's starting to feel like these guys only fight each other. Like they don't fight anybody else. That's what it's starting to feel like. Hopefully, this should be the last fight, right? The rubber match, or no? Yeah, nope. We tied in the first one, right? Man, I'll make it simple. I got to take Gypsy King, the Gypsy King. I got to take Tyson Fury. He's too much of a wild man. You know what I mean? Like that's what I love about him. You know, I know that Wilder's got a lot to prove and he's going to bring some fire, but I got to go with what I think's not broken, and that's Fury, Gypsy King.
I'm going to go ahead and say Deontay Wilder minus the Black Panther Power Ranger gear before he walks out on the ring. That should give
the Mandalorian.
That should save him some energy. I mean, the Gypsy King came out, like a king on the being lifted. But no, I'm going to go with Wilder here. And you mentioned, this should be the last fight. Once my prediction is right, it's because, Wilder's going to win. It makes sense. They both want to make an extra $40 million, right? So he wouldn't just fight. They have to go 4, right? They have to, right? It's just similar to how many times they fight that one guy. I forgot his name. They fought like 4 times, right?
He's only on contract for this one more fight. They want Fury to fight Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, he makes me sick, man. This guy. I'm with him now. Yeah, you want to fight now, you bum? You're running the whole time. You ran for the last 5 years for everybody. Now you want to fight because you're getting your ass whooped by everybody now. Bro, you're trash. Get out of here. And you're the B side now, right? Oh yeah, I'm the B side now. Yeah, he's trash. So get him out of here.
Who are you taking?
Who are you taking?
I'm taking Wilder. I said it's gonna be part 4. Part 4. You have to.
All right, listen,
part 4, you cannot tie. You cannot tie part 4. Somebody has to win.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. Gypsy King is gonna beat the dog snot out of this kid. To be honest with you, it's over. It's a wrap. It's finished. It's a done deal. It's over. Gypsy King is just like, let me get the fuck out of here. Let me just do this contractual agreement and let me go back to where I live and let's keep it moving.
You look slim, man. He's
make sure you got the, everything's cool.
Get the fuck out of here. He trying to say he's cheating.
Put the gloves on.
Let's just make sure we don't got we're not.
Why do you have that right next to you?
Wonder what you mean. Yo, see, look, he from the Urban Meyer school. He know how to do this.
Right, yeah.
I'm Longhorns. I told you I'm Longhorns.
Guys, make sure you click like, subscribe on all podcast platforms and on YouTube. LeVon, I appreciate you. Cameron, I appreciate you. Make sure you check out the next episode of the EAC Show. Guys, have a good night.
You too.
Yeah.